What if the secret to landing a top academic position isn't just your research or your PhD, but the people you've worked with? A groundbreaking study is turning traditional hiring metrics on their head, revealing that co-authorship networks, the web of collaborations shaping your career, might be the most powerful predictor of where you end up. Let's dive into the science behind this revelation. For decades, we've assumed academic success hinges on measurable factors: your PhD program's reputation, the number of papers you've published, or your citation count. But this research suggests something deeper is at play. By analyzing decades of academic data, scientists discovered that who you collaborate with can predict your career trajectory more accurately than traditional metrics, sometimes by up to 10%. Think of a co-authorship network as a digital fingerprint of your professional relationships. It's not just about who you've published with, but how those connections form clusters, how frequently you interact with high-impact researchers, and how your work is embedded in broader academic ecosystems. These networks act as a kind of social proof, signaling to hiring committees that you're part of a community that values collaboration and innovation. The study used machine learning to compare 3 data types: PhD prestige, publication metrics, and co-authorship structures. By tracking how these networks evolved over time, researchers found that collaboration patterns often outperformed traditional metrics in predicting placements at elite institutions. But here's the catch: the model's accuracy dropped when co-authorship data was included. Why? Because collaboration isn't a simple metric, it's a complex web. Imagine a researcher surrounded by Nobel laureates. On the surface, that's impressive, but the model struggled to distinguish between genuine collaboration and network luck. These tight-knit groups created overfitting, where the algorithm mistook proximity to fame for merit. It's like trying to predict success by only looking at who's in your LinkedIn circle. This doesn't mean collaboration is unimportant, it's a double-edged sword. Being part of influential networks opens doors, but it also introduces bias. The study suggests that hiring committees may unconsciously value these connections, even if they're not explicitly stated. It's a glimpse into how academia's hidden curriculum shapes opportunities. So what's the solution? The research points to a need for more nuanced metrics. Instead of counting co-authors, we should analyze how networks form, like the diversity of collaborators, the longevity of partnerships, or the flow of ideas between institutions. It's a call to move beyond who you know to how you build bridges in science. For researchers, this means rethinking how we measure impact. A single high-profile paper might not matter as much as a sustained pattern of interdisciplinary collaboration. For institutions, it's a wake-up call. If we want to foster innovation, we need to evaluate talent through a lens that values both individual brilliance and collective growth. So next time you see a researcher's name on a paper, remember, their success isn't just about their work. It's about the invisible web of relationships that help them get there. And for the future of academia, this study is a reminder that the most groundbreaking ideas often emerge from the spaces between people. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more about how networks shape science, hit subscribe. And drop a comment: what other hidden forces do you think shape academia? Until next time, stay curious. What if the key to academic success isn't just your research, but the structure of your collaborations? A recent study used a mixed linear model to analyze how factors like PhD prestige, publication counts, and co-authorship networks predict hiring outcomes. The results: collaboration data boosted predictions by 10%, but only when analyzed through the right lens. Here's the twist: when researchers plugged in raw co-authorship networks, the model's accuracy dropped. Why? Because these networks aren't just lists of names, they're dynamic systems. A researcher in a tightly knit group might appear highly connected, but the model couldn't tell if that was due to genuine influence or just being part of a clique. It's like trying to predict a star's brightness by only looking at their neighbors. This highlights a deeper truth: academia isn't just about individual merit. It's about how you navigate the social architecture of science. The study suggests that hiring committees may unconsciously favor candidates who have built diverse, cross-institutional networks, people who don't just publish, but connect. So what's next? The research points to a need for smarter metrics. Instead of counting co-authors, we should track how networks evolve over time, how ideas flow between disciplines, and how collaborations lead to breakthroughs. It's a shift from who you know to how you build bridges. For researchers, this means prioritizing collaborations that span institutions and fields. For institutions, it's a challenge to rethink how they evaluate talent. After all, the most innovative science often happens at the edges of networks, where diverse perspectives collide. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more about how networks shape science, hit subscribe. And drop a comment: what other hidden forces do you think shape academia? Until next time, stay curious.